Have you been thinking about making the move to Surprise, Arizona, and you want to stay under, let's say, 550, but preferably closer to 400, of course? Well, in today's video, I am showing you guys this absolute beautiful brand new community that I've never toured before. And my absolute favorite part about this community, other than the price, is going to be its location. You're super, super close to all the shopping off of the 303 and Waddell, which is one of my favorite shopping centers. I don't think I've said this on my channel yet, but I know I mentioned I was looking for a house, but I actually ended up going under contract on a house in this area. So if that doesn't show you how much I love this area, I don't know what else will. So let's go ahead and start off with the first model. Okay, starting out here with the first home. We're gonna go ahead and head inside. This is Ashton Woods, which is the builder's name. They're not super, super popular here in Arizona, but they always make a really great product, which I love. Coming in, you have the beautiful light wood-like tiles. So this community does have it where you cannot necessarily, you can build, but they'll have their own packages. So this is gonna be a specific package name. I'll pop up the different packages that are available if you wanted to build, but they do have tons of spec homes. I would say this builder is primarily going to be a spec builder. On the right-hand side, you have your bathroom, so super standard. This does have the executive height cabinets with a nice quartz countertop, round sinks. Coming into the next bedroom. Here we are. This home has something really, really special that not a lot of homes have. And for the price, you guys are gonna be absolutely astonished. Nice big entryway, open entryway. On the left-hand side, you're going to have a closet just for storage. And then you have your standard 2-car garage right there. Coming back down the hall, I'm gonna save the best for last, and surprisingly, it's not necessarily the kitchen, even though the kitchen is super beautiful. This is, again, one of their packages, so kind of a close-up. I think it was called maybe Coastal. I can't remember the exact name right off the bat, but this does not have the gourmet kitchen. And then you have this really pretty blue backsplash. I know that's not for everybody, but if you like it, then awesome. If not, like I mentioned, they have other packages. I like how they didn't put the sink in the middle on this one, and they kind of put it out, looking out to the window. Some people will like that, some people won't. Let me know what your guys' opinions are. On the left-hand side here, you have your walk-in pantry. Like I mentioned, I'm skipping this entire little area down this hall because I want to save that for last. Here we are in the dining space and kitchen. If you guys don't like the big, kind of one strip of stuff, like kitchen, dining, living room, this floor plan would not necessarily be for you. Has the nice big 4-door sliders. We'll check out the backyard here in a second as well. Here is your primary bedroom, bathroom, walk-in shower. That's gonna be, we'll just double check. One of these is a closet and one of these is the toilet. Closet, nice deep shelving, which I like a lot. On the left, toilet space. And then you have the double sinks, which is great, executive height. And kind of what you see here is what you're gonna get. You're not having to spend a bunch in upgrades. Like for example, at Taylor Morrison or some of the homes where you have to pick out your own design. This is a package, and that's how they keep the cost down because they buy a lot of this stuff in bulk. Primary bedroom, great size, plenty of space, for your big chair, dresser, and then still 2 chunky nightstands with plenty of space to walk around. Let's look at the backyard now. These lots are pretty good sized. Granted, these are the models, but usually they use the models as a great example of kind of what you can expect. And for this being a single story, this is great. Plenty of space for a pool if you wanted to. The next house is gonna be a single story too. And then they do have 2 stories here. I'll tell you guys a little bit about what they have available. Not sure if you guys can hear it right now, but you are gonna be close to Luke Air Force Base here and you will hear jets. So keep that in mind as you guys are picking your homes, whether it be this community or a different one. If that bothers you, this would not be a good community for you. If you don't mind, if you even work at Luke Air Force Base or plan to work at Luke Air Force Base, this would be a great community because it's probably, less than 10 minutes away, which is nice. and it's a really, really great price. Again, let's go ahead and tell you guys the starting price. So this home starts at $463,990, and that's if you do, you know, your build ones, which you can do a build, you just can't pick every single little thing about the house. They're going to have those packages that I popped up. The size of this home is 2,222 square feet, 4 bed, 3 bath. And what we're gonna go into next is going to be the guest retreat, which is super, super nice. And then it has the 2-car garage that I mentioned already. And they do have a spec home available, which means that it would be ready sooner than later. You just can't change anything about it. It has the Roosevelt package, and it has the price of $516,990. And that one actually has a little 1/2-car garage added, so 2.5. And that one's ready in September. So let's check out the guest retreat. So walking down, to kind of get your groundings here. Here was your front door, garage entry, 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, your kitchen. Now walking down this hall, you have another closet. So tons of storage already for a 2,200 square foot home. A lot of storage, which I love. Here's your laundry room. I like that the laundry room has its own separate space, not connected to the garage. And then you walk into this, which is going to be the guest retreat. So this is the living room of the guest retreat, which I really love. It does not have, you know, a mini kitchenette or anything super fancy like that. Of course, I'm sure you could probably add one eventually once you move in. But this is a huge living space, which I love. On the right-hand side, you're gonna have the bathroom for the guest retreat, toilet, shower, tub combo. And then across from that is going to be the guest retreat's bedroom. So it does not have its own washer dryer. It doesn't have its own kitchen, but it's a completely hangout space for any older people that maybe are gonna be living with you, or if you have a teen, maybe not a teen, if you have an older adult kid who needs their own space, this might be a really good option. Multi-generational households are super popular now. So if that is you, that might be a really great option. Next house we're gonna see is actually going to be the Jade, which is bigger and not too much more either. And then I'm also gonna show you guys a house here that has an RV garage, and they literally have a spec home available for $552 with an RV garage, which is, especially in this area, I feel like that's unheard of. I don't even know when the last time I saw a house with an RV garage. So like for that price, I've seen a lot of RV garages, but usually they're like $650 minimum. But I really want to show you guys that one so you can see it. It's not modeled, so we'll have to drive over there, and I'll show you guys a little bit of the community as well when we do that. But let's head to the next house. Okay, so here we are at the next house. Like I mentioned, this one's called the Jade. It's 2,629 square feet, 4 bed, 3.5 bath, 3-car tandem garage. And they have a spec home available right now for $550, we'll say $555 for easy numbers. And the best part is it's ready in July with a 4.49% interest rate, which is absolutely amazing and very, very helpful when we're talking about payments. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about what to expect with interest rates here at the end of this video. But once you walk in, you have a nice wide entry, definitely bigger than the previous home, which I love. Tons of recessed lighting, which makes it really nice and just airy in here. On the left-hand side, right when you walk in, we're gonna have, looks like 3 bedrooms right off the bat. This one has its own bathroom. So you have the executive height cabinets. Obviously you guys can tell this has a little bit of a different color package. So maybe slightly, I just walked in from blinding outside, but slightly lighter flooring. You have the dark cabinets, still executive height, slightly different countertops. And then right over here is going to be the walk-in closet. Not super, super big of a room, but you still have space, right? Like this wouldn't be too bad if I was a kid, especially if I got my own bathroom. That would be, I'd take a smaller room if I got my own bathroom. Here we are at the next one. Similar size, slightly bigger. You see you have this kind of huge desk here, still nightstands. And this one has a Jack and Jill bathroom. So walk-in closet. And then your Jack and Jill is going to be through this door. Okay, and then you enter into the Jack and Jill. So you got your double sinks. That's gonna be the next bedroom. And then this is gonna be your toilet shower tub combo. This is actually, I mean, it's not super big, but Jack and Jill's are never really necessarily massive, but still a good amount of space, especially where the shower was, which I like. Tons of light in here. This was the only one that does not have the walk-in closet, but great size. Still had the 2 nightstands and a dresser. Coming back down through the hall. So now you have that front door right there. And then on the right-hand side over here, we're gonna have, looks like a closet, garage, which is the 3-car tandem, laundry room, which is definitely bigger. You have plenty of space for, you know, extra cabinet here if you wanted to add one eventually. Obviously it doesn't come with the cabinets up top, as you can see, but you guys could add those at Lowe's for pretty cheap. And then walking back in, oh my gosh, wait, I love the design and the floor plan of this house. Okay, so then you have a huge dining room. I feel like dining rooms are completely out nowadays, but I'm happy that they're coming back because this just looks so beautiful and formal. I like it a lot, especially if you host. On the right-hand side, you have a half bath, great size half bath. Okay, and then you enter into this super pretty living, dining, massive kitchen space. I am obsessed with this. They did not do the gourmet kitchen, but still looks really nice. This does have electric, so I'm not sure how you guys feel. Comment down below. Are you I don't care about whether it has gas or electric. You want electric, which I have heard of before, or you have to have gas. Let me know what your guys' opinions are. This also has the butler's pantry, so you could do this as a bar, coffee bar, with a nice window, so tons of light. Wow, look at that pantry. This house feels bigger. Like this has gotta be closer to 3,000. It's not, but I'm just saying. Like it just feels so nice and wide and airy in here, which I love it. And then again, the darker cabinets here compared to the other house where you had white. This has like a more, I don't wanna say marbly background, but really pretty, not the blue is my point. Stainless steel, you guys saw that. Here's what they have for their dining space. Obviously, if you didn't do this like kind of couch thing, you could have a bigger dining table, but you also have that whole other dining room. Walk out here. You have 2 sliders, so you'll have your 4-door slider here, secondary slider here, and then a super nice size backyard. Plenty of space again to do a pool if you wanted. Still have space for this. I mean, if you even did like a pool right there, I mean, it might be a little bit too small depending on kind of what size you want. Make this a little bit smaller, add your pool there, have this be just, you know, more turf or whatever for the kids to play, playground, that kind of thing. Super nice. One of the things I don't love about this community, not sure if you guys can see it from here, but I definitely can. You do have some industrial buildings around, so if that bothers you, this definitely would not be the place for you. Some people it bothers, some people it doesn't. That's kind of one of the cons that I have noticed about this community. Coming back inside, let's head to the other side of the house where now we have our primary bedroom. Okay. Really, really nice size here. Plenty of space. Obviously, you can see that they have a chair, they have a table, they have the thing that goes at the end of the bed, and you got your king bed, nightstands, still has space for a dresser. Okay, I like that a lot. And then you got your double sinks. I like the vanity spot below. Walk-in shower, closet. Wow, I could like hide in that thing. It's so deep. Okay. Then you have another closet. 2 linen closets, crazy. Then you have your main closet, plenty of space in here. I think that utilizing it a little bit better would be kind of adding the additional storage that I've talked about on my channel before, going kind of adding some extra shelving down below so you can really maximize the space if you feel like that closet is a little bit too small for you. And they actually have 2 specs. I don't remember which one I said, but I think I said the 555 one. They also have one for 565. That one has a 4.25% interest rate, which is insane. That is for FHA and VA. For conventional, you're still gonna get an amazing rate. It's just not gonna be as low as that. And sometimes it depends on your specific situation. If it's gonna make sense for you to just go FHA, then you can. There's nothing that's stopping you necessarily unless you own a home within, I believe it's 50 miles of the new home, you cannot do 2 FHA loans. If you're watching this channel, that probably won't be relevant to you because you're relocating, so you're probably not within 50 miles of your new house. So that might be a really great option. I mean, there's even a house on here, guys, for 3.75. That's fixed, which is insane. 3.75, that's almost like 2020 times, which is just crazy. You wouldn't think that you would see those ever again, but hey, that's not too bad. It's not a 2.625, but we're close. We're getting really close. So there's a couple other floor plans that we did not see and we are not going to see, but I want to tell you guys at least a little bit of the pricing. So if you're maybe not at that 550 price point and we're thinking like closer to 400, how it would look. So there's a couple homes on here. Let's see. We have one for 449,990, which is right at 400 or 500. I'm sorry. You have one at 439,990. That one has a 4.425% interest rate, which is insane. Then you have 462, also has a 4.25, and then you have one for 450 with a 3.99, which is so crazy. Those ones are a little bit smaller houses, so around 16 to 1,800 square feet. If that sounds like something that might work for you, let me know. They also have, they're all 3 bedrooms, but one has 3 bedrooms and a den, all different color options. So, oh, actually there is the one 4-bedroom under 500, which has a 3-car garage and also a den and 3 baths, which I love. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, let me know down below. Or of course you guys can reach out to me. My number and email are popping up. I would love to help you guys out. If you're not quite ready to reach out, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I have over 90 videos on this page, which seems so insane. I moved back to Arizona about 2 years ago, which is around the time I started this channel. And I am just absolutely amazed at the reach outs and the clients that I've been able to connect with. It's seriously like such an absolute amazing blessing that I don't know, I didn't expect it to be, but if you do reach out, I walk you guys through the process of what to expect when buying, whether it be a new home or resale. I do not just do new homes. New homes are really easy to tour. They have the best deals right now, but not everybody cares about the best deal. So if that's you and you're curious about the resale process, I can definitely walk you guys through it. On my channel, I have tons of videos of whether it be a new home tour, I have community tours, I have, you know, the shopping center tours. I have it pretty much all on this page already. And I'm just continuing to make content that works for you guys to help you guys understand what it's like relocating here. When I say I moved back here, I lived and was born and raised in Arizona, and I moved to Denver for about 1.5 years. So I literally have relocated and I moved back to Arizona because 1, pricing is so much better. 2, I missed my family. So I'm very familiar with the process of being a realtor here, and I was a realtor there. I'm familiar with the process of relocating. So if you're thinking like, I really want somebody that's an absolute professional, not only have I helped lots of people relocate here now at this point, which I'm super blessed and grateful for, I have relocated myself, but I am an Arizona native. So honestly, I have a lot of information that I'm willing to give to you guys. So please reach out. My number is popping up as well as my email. I also have a relocation guide down below. So go ahead and check that out as well. If you want lots of information, whether it be like, okay, how do I prepare my pets to be in this kind of heat? Also, another reason you need to subscribe. If you can't tell already, I'm just kind of silly, and that's my personality, and I'm exactly how I am on camera in real life. But that's another reason why you need to subscribe, is because I'm out here. It's 105 degrees filming these videos for you guys. So please subscribe. I have 1,640 subscribers, 39 subscribers. So it really means the world to me. And I do think of you guys as like a little family and group. And anyways, I post every Monday at 5. So let's go ahead and head over to that RV house so you guys can see what that looks like. Okay, now hopefully you guys can't hear this AC too loud, but I'm not trying to die of heat exhaustion as I'm showing you guys these houses. But I was just talking to the sales rep, who's I don't know if they're technically realtors or not, but they basically represent the seller. Anyways, I was talking to him and talking about the spec home that we're about to go see right now. It's insane, like literally insane, the deal on this house. 3.75, 30-year fixed with an RV garage, over 2,000 square feet, close to all the shopping you could possibly think of in Surprise. So you're like 10 minutes? What? Yeah, probably less than 10 minutes, honestly. Probably closer to like 8 minutes to all the shopping that you could possibly think of. Costco, Home Goods, Sprouts, Super Target, every food option you ever thought of. Chick-fil-A, Portillo's, not sure if they have that everywhere. In-N-Out, yeah, like literally every single thing. And it's one of the main reasons why I'm moving to this area. It's quite crazy, 3.75 for this area. So if this is a house that you're interested in, please let me know, because you are going to get a really, really great deal. And I'm actually going to have the sales rep send me kind of an idea of what to expect for payments, because at a 3.75, you're easily going to be saving $600, probably over almost $1,000, I would guess, in your monthly payment if you were going to do a regular like resale home. And again, why I am so passionate about new homes is because of that. You can literally save over $1,000 potentially, and that makes a huge difference in the kind of home that somebody can get. So anyways, let's go ahead and head to this house and check it out. I'm really excited to see the RV garage. I have not seen any of these floor plans before, so let's go ahead and head on in. Actually, I lied before we head in because I don't want to be outside sweating. This house is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, plus a den. It has a 2-car tandem garage, an RV garage. It is well, you guys are going to see it because it's actually complete and ready to move into. But it's the timeless package, $552,990, and again, it qualifies for the 3.75% interest rate, FHA or VA. But honestly, at a 3.75, whether you are planning on going conventional or not, you're probably going to be doing FHA at this point. So let's now head on in. Okay, so here we are. Here's the exterior, front door there. That's going to be your 2 tandem, so it just looks like a single car, and then you'll have 2 deep. And then here's your RV garage. I'll also ask him for the specs on the RV garage. You can't believe I didn't ask him that whenever I was there. I really like how they have this like cobblestone effect coming up all the way. So you walk in, you have this really pretty flooring on the right-hand side. Very similar setup. So you have your 2 front bedrooms and your bathroom. And it literally is like how the models were. They don't put all these fancy, super fancy upgrades in it that they don't include in the models, which I know is really hard for some people to imagine when they do go see those homes. So you have the big doors, just like the model did. This looks like identical to what the model did. Here's your next bedroom. These are lights right now, but those are also pre-wires and bracketed for ceiling fans. If you want to add a ceiling fan, which you're moving to Arizona, you're probably going to want to have a ceiling fan. On the right-hand side, you have this open den. So if you wanted to enclose this, this could be an office. And instead of having the 4 bedrooms you originally thought you needed, that may work for you. Here's the half bath. Here is your beautiful kitchen. So it has the white cabinet. It's kind of like a concrete-like quartz countertop. And then the stainless steel appliances. It comes with the fridge. It comes with, it looks like blinds. And it probably comes with a washer dryer too. We'll get there in just a second. Here's your primary bedroom. Very similar setup as I think the last model. This one just probably doesn't have the retreat and it has the RV garage instead. Okay, good size there. I love the vanity option. This is going to be your closet. Okay. And this is gonna be the toilet space. Primary bedroom. Wow. I feel like this is bigger than the other primary bedroom we went into. I'm sure it's slightly different because they had to reconfigure some things. Here's your 4-door slider, 2-door on the other side. Here again is a little bit of your con. There's gonna be houses behind you, so you probably aren't gonna see that commercial building, but still that may not work for everybody. I am buying a house that has a few 2 stories behind it. Unfortunately, that's how it is, but I wanted a spec home so I could get the good rate. So what I'm doing is I'm building a ficus hedge. Of course, it's gonna take a little bit of time. That might not work for everybody, but this would eventually be blocked by like a beautiful green hedge. So totally up to you guys if that will work. Coming down here back, here is your laundry room. So it does come with the washer dryer, which is great. Now what you've been waiting for. Wow. Okay, so this is your 2-car deep garage. I would say that might even be, I could put probably 3 cars depending on the size, or at least 2 cars and maybe like if you had a motorcycle, dirt bike, something like that. And then you have your massive RV garage. Wow. Okay, so I would say, if I was gonna guess, this is probably a 45-foot RV garage, maybe 50, maybe, but I'm guessing 45. I'll let you guys know. There's your soft water loop. Here is hot water heater, access to the side yard, and then it does have the plug. I'm not an RV pro by any means, but I believe this is like a special plug made for RVs. So that's always nice too. You would think that they would put those in all the homes with RV garages, but they actually don't. So anyways, wow, 3.75. I'm really interested to see what the payment looks like on that for $552. I haven't seen an RV garage home for $552 in like 2 or 3 years. It's insane. So anyways, this may be a really great deal. Even if this house doesn't work for you, this community has amazing deals, and there's floor plans that I did not mention today because they don't have them modeled, or it might make this video a million minutes long. So if you are interested in this area and you think maybe you want to get in on the 3.75 deal, let me know. That is 30-year fixed. These are not just temporary buy downs, guys. So anyways, let me know down below or message me. My number and email are popping up. Don't forget to subscribe. I post videos every Monday at 5 p.m. Relocation guide down below. At the end of this video, I'm also going to pop up the tour of the actual Suprise area. So that's gonna be me driving around, showing you guys all the shopping, things along those lines. I know you guys usually love those videos. At least that's what my past clients have said, is they loved the idea that they could not have to physically be here, but actually see what it looks like in the area. So I will go ahead and put those videos next. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for everything that you do. I appreciate all the reach outs. I appreciate the subscriptions. I don't take it for granted, and I'll see you next week.